Awesome job. Okay.
Sorry,
So,
I had to do all the math because I didn't finish the problem yet.
oh, that's all good. Thank you for walking us through this. Good job. So she knew we were missing the hypotenuse because right across from the 90-degree angle. So we labeled our sides and we put it into the Pythagorean theorem. And we got that our hypotenuse was 32.5. Awesome job, Kaylee. Thank you so much. All right.
You're welcome.
Oh, good. Looks like most people who answered did answer correctly. Good job. All right, let's try another star question. So what I'm trying to do is get your confidence up. So the diagram shows the view of a ramp used to help load and unload a moving van. Which measurement is closest to the length of the ramp in feet? Who wants to go for it? Who wants to go for it? Go, Allie. Go, Allie. Go.
So first we would label our A, B, C. So I chose 9 as A, 3 as B, and then our unknown number is C. So those are our hypotheses.
Awesome.
So first we need to plug in our numbers to our equation. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So that would be 9 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared.
Awesome.
We don't know what that is. So 9 squared equals 81. So it'd be 81 plus 3 squared, which is 9. And then we still don't know what C squared is, so we're just going to keep it that way. Then we add those together. Yeah, we would add those together, giving us 90. But that's equal to C squared. So we need to know what the actual, like the regular C is. So we would take 90 and square it, which equals 9.446. But
Awesome. Yes, so we will square root the 90, and that would give us 90.49. What are I don't know what the answer choices are. Okay, so 9.5 equals C. Awesome job, Allie. Thank you so much. So both of those were finding the hypotenuse, which I think is the easier one out of the two, finding either the hypotenuse or the leg. Awesome. But those were 2 star questions, guys. So, yay. Oh, look at this. I'm impressed. All right, so I want to show a video that proves the Pythagorean theorem so you can get a visual. Okay, so let's watch this video.
Okay, we're ready for 8th grade. 8th graders that need picture retakes. If you were not here, I need 8th graders, please, with picture retakes. You're going in the blue pen, and you're going to see the better. Thank you.
is annoying me. All right. What did that feel like? It was kind of. Did I understand what they were trying to tell you? Okay, let's look at another one. Hopefully, it's not as.
Why is it always squared?
I don't know. That's just the formula. Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason, but who knows? So this one is showing how the a squared plus b squared should equal c squared. So cool.
That looks like something in the Chick-fil-A.
Wow. I know, that was very mind-blowing. So let's look at a question. And I'm gonna explain it, but you can, if you think you got it, you can go for it. Okay. So this question is asking, here's a model of the Pythagorean theorem shown. Okay. And it's asking which equation represents the Pythagorean theorem. Well, we know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Well, here is my 90-degree angle. So this one would represent my hypotenuse. But notice what the numbers say inside the squares. This says 144 square units. This says 25 square units. This says 169 square units. These numbers are already squared. So this is like how many little small squares are in this box. These are how many small squares are in this box. Okay, so this is not the A, the B, and the C. These are already those numbers squared. So if I wanted to figure out the A, the B, and the C, what would I do to these numbers? Square root them. Good, awesome. I'm glad that y'all got that right away. So the square root of 25 is 5. So I'm going to rewrite this over here. Is 5. The square root of 144 is 12. And the square root of 169 is 13. Here's my A, B, and C values. So when looking at the answer choices, A says 144 squared plus 25 squared equals 169 squared. Well, this is not true. These are the 144 is not A. That is already A squared. So we wouldn't square these numbers. Does that make sense? For A, why that one's not correct? Okay. B says 12 squared plus 5 squared equals 13 squared. Well, 12 is A, 5 is B, and 13 is C. So A squared plus B squared does equal C squared. And I can actually work this out. 12 squared is 144. 5 squared is 25. 13 squared is 169. Well, 144 plus 25 is 169. So those do equal each other, meaning that is a right triangle. The C says 12 plus 5 equals 13. Well, 12 plus 5 doesn't equal 13, so that really doesn't make sense. But they didn't use the Pythagorean theorem. They didn't square the A, B, and C. And D has 13 squared plus 5 squared equals 12 squared. Well, they have the hypotenuse in the place of A instead of C. And we know that the hypotenuse is the largest number, so 13 shouldn't be right here. It would always be in the C position. So B would be my answer.
Miss Patterson, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get 13 and 12 and 5 in the first place?
Yes, ma'am. Good question. So we square rooted these numbers. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we took the square root of these because these were the numbers already squared. So the opposite of squaring something is the square rooted. So we square rooted to figure out what the side lengths of these squares were. Okay. So today's topic or lesson is very quick because we have something to do today that will take a little longer for us. You do not have to submit a picture there. We're going to be finding the distance between 2 points. We actually did this last class, but I didn't teach it. So I'm going to do a real quick 5-minute teach, okay? Unless someone does not understand, then I'll go much slower, okay? So I want to find the distance between these 2 points. Well, how would I find the distance between those 2 points? Mhm.
Well, I'm just remembering what we did.
Okay, and what did we do last time?
Well, didn't it already go back?
Yeah, we just drew a right triangle between the 2 points. So usually when you see a graph and you see 2 points on the graph, you should automatically think of rise over run. Well, if we do that, that will, let me zoom in real quick. That will create a right triangle for us. So if I did rise over run from one point to the next, and I connect these, that will create a right triangle for us. So automatically in my head, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. And if I look, if I count the side lengths, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The legs, because there's a 90-degree angle right here, the legs of this right triangle are 3 and 4. And I need to look for the hypotenuse because that's right across from the 90-degree angle. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to go ahead and label my points. Remember, I always said last class, make sure you're labeling, make sure you're labeling. So A, B, and we're looking for C. And some of you automatically might know the answer because we used these legs like 7 times already in our notes. So 3 squared plus 4 squared, because what we labeled, equals C squared. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16, equals C squared. 9 plus 16 is 25. That equals C squared. Am I done?
No.
What I gotta do? Square root that. So I'm gonna take the square root and that'll give me 5 equals C. So the distance between these 2 points is 5. Biggest mistake I see on these problems is people find the slope. So they do, oh, rise over run, 4 over 3. There's my answer.
So it'll tell you to use
This is how the question will ask it. They'll say, what is the distance between A and B? So they won't tell you to use the Pythagorean theorem. You have to know, okay, to find the distance, I would use Pythagorean theorem. If it asks for slope, that's when you do rise over run.
9th graders who need retakes, 9th graders who need retakes. If you did not take your pictures before, you need retakes. Come on down in the Clearfield and the Blue.
All right, ask me questions if you don't understand. Zoomies, can I get a thumbs up if we're good? Awesome blossom. All right.
Are you gonna do another example? Because I'm trying to write this down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the next 2 slides are y'all doing it, but I'll go slowly over another one. But the next 2 are just you doing it. Okay. So you can try to do it, and then I'll go over this one slowly as well. So find the distance between these 2 points. Another question I usually get is, does it matter if it's in the negative quadrant? No, that doesn't matter. Yes, it just do not make the numbers negative or anything like that.
So is each square still 1?
Yes, good question.
So will it ever be like 5?
What do you like going by, like going by a different scale? It could be, but I haven't seen that. Mhm.
Miss Patterson,
Yes, ma'am.
if it, like on here, if I try to draw something, can you see my drawing? Can you see that?
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know if you could see it or not.
You were trying to do it on my screen. You just didn't know that I could
Yeah,
see. Okay.
yeah. Do you just want us to screenshot it and do it like that?
It's on the Nearpod. Okay, so even if you're not done, it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start explaining. So I'm gonna make a right triangle between these 2 points. I want to find the distance, so I'm looking for the hypotenuse. So one of the legs is 5 units. The other leg is 6 units. Is that what y'all got? Okay, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm gonna say 5 is a, 6 is b, and I don't know c. 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36. We don't know c. 25 plus 36 is 61 equals c squared, square root both sides, and that would give me 7.8. Is that what y'all got? Hooray! Questions?
Miss Patterson.
Hannah?
So say like for our triangle, when we like connect all the dots, what if we like made a totally different triangle?
What do you mean? Like you put it on top instead of bottom or something?
Well, like I did mine on top and I got like the same legs, but like what if you like drew your triangle like really big? Like is there a possibility you could do that at all?
Good question. So the only way, like, there's only 2 options. So either my orange option or the blue option. So you can draw it on the top or the bottom. If someone drew a different triangle, that means they didn't make it a right triangle. So that's why I was kind of like saying, like, do rise over run so that you make sure that it's like straight vertical and straight horizontal. So the only other thing I think I've seen people do is like just create like really strange triangles before. And yeah, that doesn't work. All right. Do we feel good or do we need another one? We think we're good? We're good? Okay. So I'm going to stop here.